Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'll be talking about Brock Purdy, his new contract, and what that means for the San Francisco 49ers. This on another episode of So Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Well, he's no longer relevant because the San Francisco 49ers have made him one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. In the past few days, Brock Purdy has signed a $265 million 5-year contract to be San Francisco's quarterback for the foreseeable future. And good for him. You got paid. You proved everyone wrong. You're no longer irrelevant. And through this new contract, Purdy has become one of the highest paid quarterbacks currently in the NFL. On average, each year he'll be making around $53 million, which, don't get me started on the QB market and how everyone acts like they need to be paid that much. They don't. They're already through the money. As long as they don't waste it, are going to be some of the highest paid people in the country. So QB market aside, it's very nice to see him get rewarded for how good he has been for the San Francisco 49ers. So far in Brock Purdy's career, in 2022, he came in after quarterback injuries made him the only choice for the 49ers, and he impressed. He won the 5 games he started for the San Francisco 49ers, and he looked really good. Obviously, it wasn't decided immediately that he would be the guy moving forward, but making it into the playoffs, leading the 49ers, and taking them all the way to the NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles is no small feat. And Purdy did it in his rookie campaign, which props to him. That no one would have expected in a million years. Unfortunately, due to getting injured himself, the 49ers lost that game and Philadelphia would move on to the Super Bowl. But in his sophomore campaign, the 49ers would be the team that would make the Super Bowl and would run into the Chiefs, which, unrelated to Brock Purdy, I think Kyle Shanahan really needs to figure that out, because he's made 2 Super Bowls since he's been coaching the 49ers, and both times he's run into the Chiefs, and that's just terrible luck. He needs to figure out how to beat them, because it's unlikely Patrick Mahomes is going anywhere, and if he wants to have success as a coach, he sort of has to figure that out. Don't be the Bills. Don't be the Bills, 49ers. But anyway, after losing Brock Purdy's only Super Bowl appearance so far, the 49ers had an injury-riddled 2024 campaign. And Brock Purdy, because his supporting cast wasn't as good, regressed. He didn't have Christian McCaffrey. Brandon Ayuk went down with an injury. There were several other injuries across both the offense and defense that made being the quarterback for the 49ers a little bit harder. And it showed. In 2024, Brock Purdy's record with the 49ers was 6-9. It wasn't a good season for the San Francisco 49ers. And that it was unfortunate to see. I mean, as a Rams fan, I was very overjoyed by it, but it wasn't the way I would have liked to see the 49ers play. I don't like when, obviously, a team is impacted by that many injuries, and that sort of is what tears them down. So what's next for Brock Purdy? Well, after getting paid, he's now guaranteed to be the starter barring injury for the 49ers in 2025 and moving forward. But the real question is, how well will he perform? And there's some concerns there. The main concern is the exodus of talent that happened from the 49ers in the 2025 offseason, with Deebo Samuel leaving, a lot of their defensive pieces leaving, their backup running back and Jordan Mason leaving. And while he's a backup running back, he's backing up Christian McCaffrey, who once again in 2024 proved to all of us why we always have to be worried about him with injuries. And Mason was a really good running back for the 49ers. He filled in pretty well for the missing Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, he wasn't as good or as effective as McCaffrey, but in a situation where McCaffrey was hurt and Mason had to fill in, he did the job well. But with that being said, 2025 is actually very similar to 2024 in more ways than one, because in 2024, Brock Purdy didn't have a lot of this talent because of injuries. And now, not the same people, but a lot of talented players will be missing for him again in 2025. But instead of being injured, this time they just left in free agency. And hopefully, Brock Purdy has learned from 2024 and now we'll be able to play better in 2025 with a less talented roster around him. The one thing that helps the 49ers a lot heading into the new season, though, is their schedule, which I'll get to in another video. But it is very easy compared to a lot of other teams in the NFL, and I think that'll help. With that being said, I think Brock Purdy, he got paid. It's good for him. He'll be the 49ers quarterback, barring something tragic or crazy happening for the foreseeable future. So with that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe down below, comment what you think, and I'll see you next time.